Good evening, everyone, or good day, and welcome to the Voidcast, and welcome to another episode of my show, Talking Void, where I discuss tabletop RPGs, our campaign, and our question of the bi-weekly thingamajig. Today with my special guest, Jasper.
Oh, you're starting so chaotic again, Michel. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm fine. Always glad to be on this show with you.
I know.
Always looking forward to being your guest.
Yeah, that's because I have the best shows.
Yes, you do. And that's, I can totally agree. Man, it's always a blast. It feels like I'm in between sessions of my own campaign and talking about Dungeons and Dragons and stuff. Love being on your show.
It's great to be on my show. Also, I don't know.
Come on.
Yeah. I'm ruining this. What one shot are we playing? No, today we have a very special show, I think. We will discuss things and other stuff.
Yeah.
So, welcome.
So just like every host always needs help in
getting some weird
podcast. Getting some weird mic feedback. Is that just on my end?
Well, it is. It's a bit loud, maybe.
Is it loud?
Yeah. It's loud. Very loud.
Okay, let's put it there. Are we okay now, Fellerings?
I'm so sorry, guys. This is my show, and I totally ruined the intro for you. I hope the mic is better now. It's not clipping anymore. That was the problem. I hope that was the problem. Oh, if I talk really loud...
Yeah, it shouldn't be catching it from any other source, I think, so... well, now I'm... Michel's...
with the laughter, yeah, okay, then I guess it was clipping.
We were just too loud.
We were too loud.
We were laughing out loud.
That's weird. Nobody ever told me I was loud.
Okay, I'm out. I'm sitting on the wrong side. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah, and immediately we have some issues. That's because you're in the driver's seat now, I think.
I literally have no. You have all the keyboard and mouse stuff. So.
Oh yeah, that's true. So it's still my fault then.
Yeah, I'm not in the driver's seat.
Yeah,
basically.
So just before we were starting, I was thinking, let's make this show serious. And then we switched roles, so it stopped there, I think, right?
Immediately.
Oh. Let's talk about Dungeons and Dragons. It's the game we love the most. We're playing it for a long time, and
it's time to get serious.
It's time to get serious about stuff.
Anyway, if you're watching this on Twitch, thank you very much. If you haven't already, hit that follow button or that subscribe button if you really want to help us out. It helps us keep making this content, this awesome, which you just got a sample of these first few minutes of our amazing content. Yeah, it's your laugh, Jasper. It's really loud.
Oh.
So the mic and...
I shouldn't laugh, sorry.
We can put the mic there, I guess. So... yeah, no, wait.
Okay, wait to that.
Also, you woke up all the kids.
Oh yeah, my kids. Anyway.
And the cat.
And the cat.
Anyway,
socials.
If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that bell icon and follow us. It's greatly appreciated. We also have a bunch of other social media. We have a Discord. We have Instagram. Go check us out there. We post our latest news and art and all the jazz. And yeah, it's so weird. I'm really used to plugging other people now instead of myself.
Yeah, but it's a gift to be able to do that uniformly and quite. Okay, who am I kidding? I've never done an introduction of television the same.
No, me neither.
As the previous one.
I never do the introductions for TV.
No.
That was the joke.
That was the joke.
So how many minutes are we in?
Probably a lot.
Oh yeah, 5 minutes in, and we haven't said anything worthwhile yet.
Well, I think we did, but it's not about Dungeons and Dragons and stuff.
No.
Yeah. So, shall I do the
Yeah,
shows?
take it over,
Okay.
man.
We have other shows as well. Next Monday it will be the Precipice of Dreams again. So, looking forward to that. Continuing our journey into the mines, so to say. We just had a big fight, which was
The
pretty
mines.
hard. The mines.
Yeah, I heard the mines. I thought like a
Well, maybe
mental...
we are.
Maybe we are.
Campaign.
Weird theory.
Weird theory.
Yes.
Hey, Esner, welcome to the stream. Weird theory about, that's so cool. About our campaign.
We got
You're
one.
walking through brains.
We got one.
Yeah, it might be true even.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're walking in dreams.
It
so,
wasn't before, but now
no,
it is.
Yeah. Then the day after that, it's just Jasper's laboratory again, where we are doing some party versus party stuff. And
is it Jasper's laboratory or is it Jasper's
I don't care anymore.
Okay.
I'm just saying my name as it comes out of my mouth.
Or is it Jasper with a silent D?
Jazz?
Jasper.
I just don't like jazz at all.
What?
No, sorry.
You're such a...
There might be
Barbarian. I'll send you some jazz you might enjoy.
Okay, you'll do that. So where were we? Oh yeah, Jasper's lab. That's so Dutch. That's too Dutch. And we'll be discussing stuff. So and by now I've picked up a new kind of thing that I'm sometimes doing on stream. That's drawing a city map. I plan to continue that. It's a lot of fun doing it on stream, just taking a pencil, taking a pen, or 4 pens actually, and just drawing a city by hand.
Question.
Oh.
Why 4 pens?
Oh, okay. So the pens have a 0.05, a 0.2, a 0.6, and a 1.2 millimeter.
I already regret asking.
Head, diameter of that. And now I'm using them for different stuff on the map.
I was hoping you would say something like, you shall use 4 pens. 5 is too many pens. 3 is...
Yeah, I should have done that.
Okay, never mind.
Neither should I count 2.
I gave you a layup
Yeah,
and you just had to dunk it in.
Yeah, but I'm pretty serious about my pens.
You see people, I know sports ball.
Sports ball?
Yeah, sports ball. Do you know sports ball?
No, what is sports ball?
It's sports ball. Anyway.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
No.
Does this have to do with the fight? Because I was thinking you were quoting Monty Python.
Before I was. But
you
my
switched.
brain already switched 3 times.
Man, I'm not keeping up. But I like drawing on stream. That's the thing that I wanted to say. Then after that, what are you going to do for the next parallel projections? Are you going to do anything for your next parallel
We
projection?
have nothing planned yet.
Yeah.
And I think we're not going to do a one-shot. We might do another round table discussion.
No, that's nice as well. I liked the last one pretty much.
Would you want to be there?
Of course, because whenever I get the chance to put out some theory about anything, I'm up for it.
Yeah, I want you there because we don't agree on stuff, which makes it, which is the whole point of having a round table discussion.
Stupid lot of dice.
Yes, dice pools.
Dice pulls. Yeah. Only the word is making me feel sick. No, it doesn't. But
But don't you like? I had another idea for dice pools. So the one that I mentioned was more dice makes you feel more powerful. For me, more than like a static number that's now +7 or +12. The other one is that basically any skill roll you do in D&D is always the same D20, whether you are jumping across a lake or you're hitting somebody with a sword. And with dice pools, you get some variants where for one thing you'll be rolling 2d6 and for another 4d6. Thought it was nice as well. You get some variation.
It's true. There's something to say about that.
This is not the roundtable discussion.
Okay, yeah. So we have a main topic this evening, which is what's your craziest theory about the campaign you're in and why, of course, and why is the thing we just add at the end. Although I am planning a question next for the next Talking Voids, which doesn't have the end why because it already has 2 questions in one question. And then I thought maybe a third question is too much.
Well, mind blown here.
Mind blown. Yeah. So that's a thing. And then before that, I wanted to talk to you about one-shots, actually.
What, next week or now?
Now.
Oh, now, yeah, great. I love that. I love
Did I
one-shots.
surprise you? I thought I said this to you.
Yeah, you told me.
Yeah, I told you.
I'm like, I'm going to...
Are we still so loud?
We're still pretty
I can
loud,
just
yes.
put it down and lower it somewhat, like that.
Yeah, it's just like we're going up and down with the volume.
Yeah, because we're such loud people. This is for the other people that are on my show, especially Jin. I have to put it all the way there.
Okay.
Eric is somewhere in the middle, Roger as well, but we are loud, I think. No,
Yeah,
our voices carry. That's the thing. We are not that loud, but our voices carry.
They're penetrant.
Penetrant, yes. Penetrating.
Penetrating
voices.
Penetrating voices.
Yeah. They can pierce anything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I once said something so loud it went straight through a wall.
Wow. Did the wall succeed its DC?
Wait, what? That's not how that
Did it
works.
make a saving throw?
No, it didn't make a saving throw.
No. Video is slightly behind in the sound over here. Really weird. How light is slower than sound. Well, that's pretty strange. That shouldn't be possible, right?
Hey, LV.
Hey, LV. It's fine for me. Try refreshing. There you go,
Thanks.
Esther.
Yeah,
there you have your answer.
It's your problem.
It's your problem
It's
now.
your problem now.
Okay, we're so friendly to our fans, but you know it's the Dutch treatment. You get the Dutch treatment. We are very straightforward. I've had it before. Yeah, right? We're not.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. We're pretty direct as the Dutch
I
people.
I don't see it as fans. I see it as friends that are hanging out with us.
Yeah, but I'm making it fans because we're dishing them. And
Dishing them?
Yeah, and friends we can always dish because that's just friendly behavior.
What kind of dish?
Dishing? Yeah, okay. Anyway, it's getting weird.
Yep. That was as people.
Yep, Dutch. Yeah.
Super direct. We get right up in your face.
So, how much do you earn, Elfie? No.
Well, I know.
I like watching these reaction videos on YouTube where I know you're not, of course, you're not American, but where Americans are in the Netherlands and then they react to Dutch directness, and it's always then they are at a party and then they are saying things like, "Well, how much do you earn while you're in the Netherlands?" And these people are always like, "What? What are they asking me?"
I've never asked somebody this.
I've not done it either.
But you just did.
Yeah, but that was for fun. I don't want to have the exact number. That would be really strange, and I wouldn't like that.
She did give you an answer.
Not enough. Yeah, okay. It's the same for me then. Yeah. Okay. Chaos, right? In Sweden, your tax returns are public. Yeah. Can you imagine?
Wow.
Yeah.
Facts, people.
Facts. Thanks, Esner. Love you. Anyway.
Actually, Esner helped me out the other day.
He did?
Yeah, I had a private conversation with him behind your back.
About?
It was not about you.
Oh. Okay, then it's okay.
I'm not going to repeat it here, but it was great. Thanks, Esner.
He's walking straight again. Anyway, one-shots. We've done a lot of one-shots by now. Let's go into that topic. And then I have to, of course, do the thingy with the thingy. One-shot special. We are doing the one-shot special. You see, I even wrote it down. Okay. Yeah, we've done a lot of one-shots by now. At least you have done a lot of one-shots. And I have had the thingy, the honor to be part of a lot of them, and I really liked it.
very much. I really liked it too.
Yeah.
I like having you as a guest on my shows, as we've seen today.
Yeah, true. The only thing I really disliked that it wasn't on your second Call of Cthulhu one.
Well, but
I
you
will
got your
always blame
first
you for that.
character. You got your character killed on the first Call of Cthulhu one, so I thought it would only make sense if you weren't there.
I could have been the water monster.
You could have been a water monster.
Yeah,
Missed opportunities there.
true. Yeah. So what have we done by now?
We have done, and I have to thank my partner in crime for this, because I think this show would never have, the one-shot show would never have worked as well if it weren't for Ash.
True.
So I have to, Ash, you're not here now. Disappointing. I will write this down in my black book, but thank you very much, because you're awesome.
You are.
We did Dust City Outlaws twice, which is a great heist game. We did Vampire the Masquerade, which is a great vampire game.
Is it about vampires?
Yes,
Never knew. Never knew.
Who would have known, right?
Yeah, it's so strange to me.
We've done Call of Cthulhu twice.
Mhm.
We've done Hogwarts,
Yeah.
a Harry Potter game, and we've done Avatar Legends, the RPG, yesterday, which was also great.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm forgetting one.
I have the same feeling, but I can't come up.
Oh, this is going to be awkward if I really forgot one.
Well, we did participate in the top-down tabletop.
Yeah, we
one.
did.
Maybe that's
Yes,
that's the
we did.
thing.
Also, I have to thank, if we are thanking Ash, I also have to thank all our other guests that have ever
Yeah.
participated in one-shots.
Yeah. Okay.
Because they've all been awesome, and I'm trying to get all of them back for other one-shots.
Cool.
And
Okay.
maybe the 20th of December, we will have all of them in the same stream.
Possibly some more even, right?
Yeah, we're going to try and get as many people in that stream as we can. It's going to be our end of the year celebration one-shot.
That will be so cool.
And super chaotic.
Yeah. Wow, I'm so behind. Traveling again is fun, but nobody seems to care about the void schedule, says Esner. True. We've done such a lot of shows. We are online 3 or 4 times a week now.
Wow. I know that wow sounded really sarcastic.
No.
Yeah.
If quantity mattered, then wow.
But we did a lot of one-shots. Do you know why I liked Vampire the Masquerade so much?
Dice balls.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway.
Well, we've got a couple of the 100 systems.
Yep.
In
Call of Cthulhu and Dust City Outlaws.
Yeah. And we had the 2d6, the Apocalypse.
Apocalypse system, the Hogwarts, and yesterday's Avatar game.
Yeah. And then we...
Vampire the Masquerade, which is a D10 dice pool system.
Yeah.
And we still have a lot. We still have a lot of things that we want to do starting next year. I still really want to do the Alien RPG.
Yeah,
which
I want
is,
to be part of that one
yeah,
as well.
which is dice pool system. Sorry, do you still want to be a part of it?
Yeah, still.
It's the year 0 system, so it's a dice pool of d6s, and only 6s are successes. So it's super difficult. There's a high probability that you won't succeed in any skill you try.
Which is also cool.
And so that's one that I really want to try. Then I want to try the Dune RPG that I got the source book for.
Oh, maybe that's what you felt that we left out, because we did try that in a kind of home game.
Yeah, we beta tested that.
Yeah, which was fun as well.
Which
although
was
it had
great.
some
It has
struggles.
that. It has that 2d20 system,
Yeah.
which is, and I mentioned this during our roundtable discussion. It's the one system that I can't explain to people in one sentence. I just can't wrap my head around what the core of this system is.
Oh,
And I saw a video a couple of days ago that explains it really well, but even that video was like 5 minutes of explaining how the core mechanic works.
Yeah.
Instead of like any other system, you can say in one sentence, like, yeah, you roll a bunch of dice, you count the successes, or you roll a d20 and highest counts. You roll 2d6 and 7 or and up is a success. But for the 2d20 system, and I know why it is, it's because it uses, so for every system that we've done thus far, you make a skill check in the moment, and only the information and the context in that moment matters. And with the 2d20 system, time becomes a thing, because you can buy extra dice, which will make future rolls easier or more difficult. So there's this factor in which it's not about this one skill roll. You are affecting things in the future or past and that sort of stuff. I'm not explaining it well, but
I must say I've
one of the differences.
I can replicate all the one-shots we did, but I've lost all knowledge of the Dune system.
Well, I did film it.
Yeah, okay, but
I can send it to
I read through it, and I think I was one of the players that got it down somewhat, understood what
Hello,
it was about.
Manticore.
Hello, Manticore.
Please do not eat any of our fellow people in chat.
Yeah.
It's a Manticore. You
Pretty
don't know.
specific. Yeah,
it's
we
a
don't know about
Manticore.
Manticores. That's true.
I want to do a vamp one shot, but only so I can dress up as a vampire.
So I've got a
Elvie.
new player.
Yeah, Elvie, when we are doing a Vampire the Masquerade one shot, you are invited to be our guest, if you want to.
So there you have it. No promises. No
No
promises.
promises. Okay, that's great, Manticore. So cool to see you here. I hope you like the show. And yes, that is a definite promise. If you want in, you're in.
To Elvie.
Yes. Not to Manticore eating our guests.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. Where were we? Oh yeah. So I think I got the system kind of down in that session.
Yeah, during that,
Yeah.
I think we all understood the system somewhat during
Yeah.
that game.
Yeah. And I actually kind of liked some stuff, but when things my dice don't fit how I feel about what kind of actions they cause, there's a certain amount of discrepancy that I
Yeah.
have a difficulty to overcome, especially because I like the really strategic combat, and
Yeah.
I think that I don't care that much with Dust City Outlaws or even Call of Cthulhu, because I've got the feeling there that it is pretty much about the story, but I get the sense that Dune is about strategy when it comes down to at least to combat and stuff.
Yeah,
And
but the whole strategy part comes in when are you buying extra dice and when not. That's
Yeah,
the strategy in Dune, and that's something that makes it difficult to wrap your head around, because when you are skill checks are never an easy thing, like you want to jump over a wall. They are often more complex. They're like navigating a political situation, for example, and then it's not just about that one jump over the wall, but besides jumping over the wall, you also need to do this, this, and this, and this one roll represents all these things and your success doing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So the system that I'm working on
yes,
is D20,
yes.
but it's only D20.
Yeah, that sounds not up my alley. But I mean, it works.
But there are choices.
Yeah,
But there are other kinds of choices.
I say that, but on the other hand, I have no problem with a Call of Cthulhu only D10. That's like 2D10, or the Apocalypse system with 2D6. So I'm not against not having other dice. But it just feels, I think, so for when I was thinking about what I wanted to do for a system, one of the things that I keep coming back to is I don't want rolls to feel the same.
No.
So, and if you are, whether you are hitting a monster or jumping over a pool of lava or talking to somebody, if you're constantly rolling that same single dice, I think that would get boring real fast. Because everything would feel the same.
Yeah, that's it. I can imagine why you feel like that. Yeah.
But that's just a thought. That might actually never happen. Because I don't feel like I'm doing the same in Dungeons and Dragons.
No, true.
If I'm doing an athletics or an attack, they feel different for some reason, but it's still that single d20 roll. But they do have the other dice for damage, for example.
Yeah.
So.
Well, with Voidwalkers, which will be my own system when I finally get to finishing it together with Roger and Eric, excuse me, it will have a lot of action economy involved, and you really have to think ahead of how you are going to spend your actions because of possible repercussions. And so that's a factor, and then you also have things that modify your abilities that you have to think about, and you have the resource that you have to spend. You have to keep at a certain level. That might all sound complicated, but I think it's a learning curve.
Yeah. I would be really excited to.
Well, you actually participated in one of my first things when we had
Which
kind
was-
of dice balls.
Which was like 12 years ago.
Yeah.
But yes,
Yeah.
if you succeed on an athletics roll, one person from this chat will not be eaten. Where are your dice?
Oh man, where my dice at? Here it is. Here they are.
All right, I'm going to roll an athletics check.
So what's your modifier?
So should we both roll? I don't know. I consider myself decently dexterous.
Athletics is strength.
You see? Fast, right?
Yeah, but that's acrobatics. Sorry.
Strength.
I think I'm athletic, which is strange.
Oh, these
because
dice are beautiful.
Yeah,
and heavy.
That's the Jasper die.
Wow.
That's the gemstone one.
I'm going to roll a Jasper die.
Yes, both.
I have a dice in my hand. This seems really weird if I'm sitting like this. It's not what you think it is.
Ooh, Michel.
Unless you're thinking it's me rolling a dice, because that's exactly what it is. That's a 15 plus, what do you say, for strength?
Are you proficient? And I don't think you're proficient in.
Well, let's make it. Yes, both roll a -3 modifier. Manticore says so. That's 15 minus 3 is 12.
Why is it -3 though?
I don't know.
I
why
don't
it's
feel like a -3.
I don't feel like a -3.
Because
But
it's strength based, and I'm actually quite strong.
if a Manticore tells you to do something, you better listen.
Okay.
Otherwise, you get.
Here we
eaten.
go.
16.
-3 is 13. 13. So did we succeed?
What was the DC?
Yeah. What was the DC, Manticore? Please tell us. Oh, such a nice interaction with a Manticore. Never had such a nice interaction. Mostly my Manticore interactions end abruptly.
12.
Woohoo! Yes, we made it. Okay.
Oh man.
You'll not be eaten. Anyway, we've talked about Dune, which was the one shot we didn't do on stream.
Yes. Alien. I recently discovered a RPG called Lancer that I want to try, which is a mecha RPG. I want to play Morkborg.
No.
I just got the book in for Aegon, which is a Greek epic role-playing game, which is a beautiful book. I still have Hypertellurians.
Okay, I'm going to interrupt you.
Yeah.
If you say Aegon and you're playing a Theros campaign in Dungeons and Dragons,
Yes.
how does that relate for you?
Well, Theros is Theros and
Theros.
D&D.
Yeah.
The
But-
Aegon, I haven't read the Aegon book yet, but
Okay.
it's a beautiful book. That's why I bought it.
Yeah. Okay.
But
No, that's cool.
I know, like character, it's more rules light, and the character creation. It has a lot of things with star sign. Like everything looks super fancy. And what's Morkborg? Is it Terry Pratchett? No, Morkborg.
Funny enough, not.
No,
Yeah.
Morkborg is I think it's from Sweden, or it's from Scandinavia at least. But
B-Town, MC.
it won a lot of prizes for the design of the book itself. It's a beautiful design book, and it's basically a doom metal OSR game, so a original, more first edition Dungeon Dragons kind of dungeon crawler game, and it's super grim dark. It's like it's the end of the world. We all know that the world is going to end in like 20 days, and basically you make a character, and all characters are super flawed, and everything's disgusting and hopeless and.
Right up my alley.
Yeah,
Being disgusting and hopeless.
and then it's more like the old school Dungeons and Dragons, where you enter a dungeon and maybe you survive and maybe you don't.
I
And if
also
you
heard
survive
that they just made a what is it, Darkest Dungeon game.
Yeah, Well, I think that Mork Bork would be the Darkest Dungeon game.
No, yeah, but I think they made one.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got triggered by how you explained it.
I can imagine that they would feel similar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, so Mork Bork, definitely want to try that one. Hypertellurians, which is also a OSR game, but that's based on more of the Buck Rogers and Flash Gordon, like 70s sci-fi things. Like, think of you play green aliens while riding on a wheel through space that shoots lasers. That's that sort of aesthetic.
Seems about right.
I have the mouse card RPG that I really want to play. That's also cool. It's from a comic, but I really love the old Redwall books. Don't know if you know the Redwall series.
Well, I've heard you talk about it so much that I kind of know the whole story by now.
Yeah, so I definitely want to play that. And so much more. I have many more books of things and stuff.
Yeah. So I actually don't have that many systems here. I've got a couple upstairs, I think. I don't even remember the name because I never played it, but a beautiful book as well. I'll look it up. This is such a weak comment. Somebody's doing something with
taking out the trash.
Taking out the trash outside. And they are coming to get me again.
So yeah, there's so
lots
many
of things that you still want to do.
So just in general, I think for Parallel Projection started out with me playing video games, and at one point I thought, why am I playing video games? The whole reason we wanted to do this was because we wanted to sit around and play tabletop RPGs, and then I have a whole bunch of books of systems that I've never played and just bought because I thought the book was nice, or like things like Alien because I really want to play it, but never found a group. And then decided why do I not play these games on stream in one-shot form? What
a carrot? What is
a thing that is orange and long?
Yeah,
carrot?
a
Yeah,
carrot.
That's a great answer.
Yeah. I think it's very Terry Pratchett kind of answer.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Manticore. Still missing the orange thing. Am I?
Well, if they are like a lion kind of thing, maybe yellowish brown. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe we're missing something in translation here. Could be.
Could be.
But I think it's damn funny, Manticore.
Or we're idiots.
Might also.
Oh,
be
I'm pretty
case.
sure that's the case.
Yeah, I don't get it. Elfie doesn't get it either. Our IQ just went up a notch.
Why is that?
Because Elfie doesn't understand either, so that makes it more likely that if
that was the joke and not us.
Yeah.
Okay. It just sounded terrible the way you said it.
Yeah, it is terrible the way I'm saying it. Sorry, Manticore. I really like you being here, and I'm already enjoying your company. It wasn't made to make sense. Oh, then it's very good.
That's all we're all about here.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Now it feels like Man Bear Pig.
Yeah, no, the Chewbacca defense.
The Chewbacca defense.
Yeah, it does not make sense.
But okay, I went to a Man Bear Pig because we had an Al Gore discussion. And I got there, I think, from the Chewbacca defense. So my mind went up.
Imagination.
Yeah, I like the Chewbacca defense. It makes no sense.
Makes no sense.
Um,
Wookiees do not live on Endor, people. Everyone knows they live on Kashyyyk.
There you go.
Did you know that?
No. But I also knew that they didn't specifically live on Endor. So that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Now I've lost track again. One shots.
No, this brings me to one other system that I own and have played once before and really want to play again, mostly because of the dice system. No,
Is it bad?
it's the Star Wars RPG from Fantasy Flight because I love Star Wars and I love that system. It's a great system, and I really want to play that. So,
But that's not the D20 one. That's
no,
the other
it's-
one.
Yeah, it's the dice pool system
Yeah.
because dice pools.
Yay! Yeah. You need to play For the King on PC.
Okay, after the stream.
Yeah, I don't know which one that is.
I don't know either.
Maybe Manticore is going to tell us.
Anyway,
One shots. So they are fun.
yeah.
Uh,
So we've discussed, and we even spent we did a roundtable discussion on dice mechanics and resolution mechanics.
Yeah.
But another thing that's super cool in playing all these games is not the way that they resolve challenges, but the way the character creation works and what choices you can make and how that you level up, and that's also a thing that's super cool. And maybe the next roundtable discussion should be about character creation.
Mm.
Because there's a lot of differences in how different systems approach this. And it's sometimes tied to the dice mechanic, and sometimes it's tied to the theme of the game, and sometimes it's tied to something else entirely.
Yeah.
But there's some awesome character creation mechanics or systems that are different than the Dungeons Dragons level 1 to level 20 thing.
Yeah. Yeah, true. Okay. I think that will be a nice topic to discuss. I'm already thinking about what do I think about character creation.
Yeah, but
Now, some systems seem really complicated, but in the end, it's just mixing some stuff together. There might not be that many. There might it might seem that there are a lot of choices, but actually there aren't.
that's one. And one that I really like, for example, is games that use a sort of point buy system. So they have all these random skills, abilities, plus bonuses or whatever that you can buy with experience points or with points that you collect while playing.
So somewhere in the middle of Fallout and Skyrim.
Yeah, I mean it's a system that's most often used in games, but in video games. But there's the tabletop RPGs that have similar systems, and the cool thing about that, what I really like, which I also know why a lot of people will hate it, but I love it if you can, like, there's no real class system, and you can really pick and choose all the abilities.
That's Voidwalkers.
And you get that.
Yeah.
I can totally get into that. And the thing that you can get is that you get all these awesome and weird combinations. And the downside of this, of course, is that it's not going to be balanced. And people will always find combinations that make one thing broken over another. But I actually love that. And I don't mind that in my tabletop RPGs.
No, me neither. I think that's a part of it.
Yeah, if you manage to get the abilities and skills together that cause you to have some sort of broken ability, then good on you.
But if it's too strange, the Dungeon Master or the Game Master can just say, okay, that's ridiculous, we're not going to do that.
Or you allow it once, and then you say, like, you can always tone it down a bit or make it situational or whatever.
Yeah.
But I love those systems. So, for example, I really, really love the character creation for Vampire the Masquerade. I think that was really well done.
Except for the book.
Well, the book is great. It's just not great to find anything.
Yeah.
The organization of the information is really bad.
Yeah.
But the book is beautiful.
Yeah.
And the system is great.
Okay. But that will be the topic of the next tabletop discussion.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first.
Heard it here first. Heard it here first.
Now I feel like Waldorf and...
I think we would make a great Waldorf and Stellar.
I think so as well. Stellar?
Right, something like that.
Stedham? Yeah,
that's more like
that's a
that's more
Swedish chef.
Swedish chef.
Yeah. It was great. No? Okay.
You see, this is what I mean. That's why I would make a great Waldorf.
That was so silly.
But I think that my inner Muppet is more like animal.
Okay, but which one am I? I think I'm Kermit. I don't know.
Fuzzy.
Hi.
This show is going nowhere.
It's going nowhere.
We discussed beforehand, like, oh, this is going to be a short one. I didn't have a lot of sleep. It will be great. We'll be done within an hour.
I'm a mix between Miss Piggy and the two old men, says Elvie.
Great choice.
Yeah. So Waldorf and Stedham. I'm thinking of Stedham.
Yeah, I think it's Stedtler or something. The power of Google.
Okay, you're going to Google that. Shall I announce the main?
Yes.
Okay, so cool. Shall I announce the main topic then?
Is there anything else we need to discuss about one-shots?
We can.
Besides that, they're awesome. And
They are on YouTube, by the way. Most of them are.
Yes. There will be more. Sorry, I still have to upload the Hogwarts one and the Call of Cthulhu one and the Avatar one. But I have a bit of a backlog. But I'm working on it, so expect them soon.
So we're not talking about Elvie's income, but we do talk like Elvie seems to be like a horny hacker. I'm getting really confused now. But I think it's the Miss Piggy part then, right?
Yeah.
Hacker. Anyway, thanks for that clarification, Elvie. Let's dive into the main topic.
Oh wow. I was just going to say that we did one shot that we didn't mention is our one shot we did with Top Down Tabletop as guests. That was not on our channel,
we were kind of I talked about it, but that was too much cock for me.
You mean cockatrices?
Cockatrices, yeah. There were so
I'm
many
sorry,
cockatrices.
we're trying to be
that,
PG.
No, we aren't.
No.
Well, we kind of are.
Sort of.
Just to be certain, we have done a mature rating, but
yeah.
Because sometimes we just make a slip of the tongue and then,
But yeah, I mean, we sometimes talk about birds. What's your favorite bird?
Cockatrice?
Is it cockatrice?
No, it's not.
I like the tit.
The tit. Yeah.
Or a cockatoo.
Cockatoo, yeah.
Mm.
Probably cockatoo.
Main topic.
Okay.
Roll that.
Roll that.
Today I had to confirm I was an adult. I lied. Yeah, I feel the same every year. I pretend I'm an adult, but no, I don't even pretend anymore. Actually,
I'm 39. I will be 40 next Monday. Man. And then I thought, you can turn your numbers around, but when it's 39, you get to be 93 and stuff. So I think that within kind of 3 years or 2 years and a couple of days, I will be at the age where when I turn my numbers around, I'm actually at the level that my mind is at. So 24. It's a long way of trying to say that I'm 24. I feel like 24.
It's not even. I thought you were going to say like, yeah, when I finally turn 40, I can turn it around and I'm like 4 years old.
Yeah,
and then you make it 24, which is 42.
Yeah. So in 3 years, yeah.
Which is the answer to everything. If you didn't know.
Yeah, that's true as well. So, then I'm 42 and 24.
Wow.
And Adele's next album, 24.
Yeah.
In 12 years.
Yeah, 12 years. She turned.
Oh, that's so cool.
She turned 42. She she saw this episode and thought, oh, that's a great idea. I can keep milking this age thing.
It's so bad that the first one was 91, because then we really would have a countdown. I think 19 was her first album, right?
Sure.
Okay. Do I know too much about Adele?
No, I mean she's great.
Yeah.
I personally don't own any albums of her, so I don't know.
No.
The albums that I do own, I barely know the titles of. So.
Yeah, the albums that I do own, I never put on.
Okay.
Because I've got Spotify now.
Yeah. It's the truth.
I can even find Stone Golem on Spotify, so
Even Stone Golem is on Spotify.
Yeah.
That is true.
Go and listen to that.
If I reverse mine, it also shows how old I feel. Sometimes. I get that.
Yeah, sometimes I feel
you wake
like
up.
93.
Oh man.
Yeah.
You pull something in your back and you feel like you're 73.
I'm an old man.
Yeah.
Anyway, we still haven't gotten to the main topic.
No.
So we were talking about the one shot we did with Top That Tabletop.
Oh, yeah. That's how this conversation started.
What is your strength in Dungeons? Here, we're getting distracted again.
Yeah.
In the strength in Dungeons and Dragons to the both of you. I think I can do a 15 or something. 14, 15?
Oh, do you mean physical strength?
I think so.
In Dungeons and Dragons terms.
Yeah. My dexterity is pretty low. My constitution is average, I think. Although, I've suffered some in my short life on Earth. My intelligence is way above average.
I thought you were going to say my intelligence is non-existent.
No, way above average. And then wisdom it's okay, I think, and charisma, I think I'm above the average.
Wow.
Yeah. And you?
You're above average in everything.
Yeah, I think so.
You just said.
Yeah, and you? Well, you try.
No. I ain't stepping in that trap. But I thought he meant what's your strength in D&D? Like, oh, I'm really good at tactical choices and tactical combat. Oh, I'm really good at role-playing.
Oh, I'm really good at everything. No, there we go again. No, I very much like the tactical role-playing.
I like tactical combat, yes.
Yeah, tactical combat. And I also like
I'm not saying I'm good at it. I like it. Two different things.
I think I might be good at it.
At what?
Tactical combat.
Oh, tactical combat.
I think I'm an okay-ish role player. Right?
Yeah.
And you?
I'm not going to stand that's right.
Do I have to say it or?
Oh, I hate talking about myself. What? Anyway, so our one shot at Top Down Tabletop was great. We had lots of fun. We woke up in the middle of the night and played until super early in the morning. It was like 5 in the morning for us. And we would do it again in a heartbeat.
Yeah, true.
Please invite us again.
I actually slept quite well before and after.
Yeah.
No. But that's a great one shot to watch on at Top Down Tabletops.
Yeah, I don't think it's on Twitch anymore. It will drop on YouTube sometime in the next few years.
If they can drop it on YouTube and keep their channel child friendly. I'll let DM Shanks know. Yeah, thanks, Featherwings. You were great, by the way.
Featherwings is great.
But I'm talking about yesterday now.
Oh, yesterday. Yeah. Yesterday was great too.
Yeah, I listened to the whole thing and had a couple of laughs. And I really liked what you said, by the way, at the end. Where you were talking about that if you really get to know the system, it's probably very tactical. Because then you can do all the reactions and stuff. I thought that was really interesting. And I must say that it was with Harry Potter, which is kind of the same system, I didn't feel that kind of tactical.
No. But the Hogwarts one, even they didn't have any abilities. They just had a spell list with all the spells ever mentioned in the Harry Potter universe, but they don't have a description or anything. So you just basically make up whatever you want to do with it, and
Yeah.
then you roll, which
Yeah.
is I think it's great for that system because there's a lot of Harry Potter systems, and people have tried to do it in 5e and in other systems, but it always falls flat in the whole magic aspect because it needs to be so out there, and you need way more control than you can actually put in rules. So it's better to not put it.
Actually,
bind it
if
in
you
rules.
think about it, Harry Potter has a kind of really cool thing, idea of how to deal with curing. Because curing is kind of easy, but it becomes really hard when the magical melodies become severe. So, do you understand what I'm saying? Because
No.
so healing is always a problem in any RPG.
Yeah.
Because you have to balance it with everything else.
Mhm.
Otherwise, it always gets OP. Because if you can just, in combat it's okay, but out of combat you can
Thanks, pal.
invite us
He klopt
again.
it, he klopt it.
But out of combat, if you can cure every round, for example, it gets a bit silly and doesn't represent the real world anymore. Because otherwise, you can put the army up on its toes again within a matter of minutes, and then you can go again. So there's always this problem. But with Harry Potter, it's actually when the wounds are not that severe, then you can cure it.
Yeah.
But when they become severe, you'll be having a hard time, and it takes a long time, a long bed rest. A couple of days to actually get up
But
to
would
the.
you want that in your RPG if you go down and then you get told, okay, for the next 4 sessions you're not playing because you're in the infirmary?
I think it fits the Harry Potter style of storytelling.
Yeah, but it doesn't fit the tabletop role-playing game aspect of a tabletop role-playing game.
Well, that depends on what kind of role-playing game you want.
You want to play a tabletop role-playing game? Here's a tabletop role-playing game that if you die or if you get wounded, you're not allowed to come for the next X sessions.
No, it's just that you skip those days.
Okay, but but it gets complicated then if like 4 out of 5 are ready to go, and then what are they doing in those 4 or 5 days?
Yeah, that's the same in the books.
It's the end of the world. No, we gotta wait 4 days because
But it's the same in the books.
that's true.
Yeah.
You make
I kind of like that.
You make great points.
You
I
do
would
as well,
I would
less so.
estimate your intelligence above average in D&D terms.
You're 2 of my favorite people now from D&D role. Well, thanks, Manticore.
Oh, thank you, Manticore. I appreciate that.
Oh, and Manticore, Manticore, I'm going to say, no, not sorry, I'm going to say they because we don't know anything about you yet, I think. Or do you know?
You don't have to explicitly mention it.
No, I don't know why I'm saying this. I'm so confused right now because I was going to say he from.
You'll be fine. You're doing good. You're doing great.
Hello, Manticore. Manticore wants to ask us 2 questions. 8 questions.
Wants to ask us
to a question.
Yeah. I'm he.
I'm a he. Okay. I said I'm a he, and it's true. Oh man, this is such a silly episode. I thought we were going through this pretty quickly, but we are now at the actual time that we normally get to the main topic, and we're not running late already.
No, I'm waiting for this question. I'm super.
What's the question?
What's the question? Are you guys doing a stand-up show together? We might.
We might. We are going to talk about our strengths and our dexterity.
No.
Okay, I'm already going to skip to the main topic screen because otherwise we'll never get there.
No.
Boom, 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 boom. Main topic. Bum. What is your wildest theory about the campaign that you are in and why?
Whew. That's a great question.
Yeah. It's a great question. And I've got some great answers. There weren't that many answers this time, but they were answers that all could take up a lot of time to discuss.
All right. Let's do this.
Yeah. We're going on, but Manticore, if we see your question in chat, we'll of course react.
Yeah, as you've seen by now, we
We kind of like to interact, and we're in a mood where we. Well, anyway.
chaos reigns
The
supreme.
chaos reigns. So that's the question. The first answer is by David. I have a theory I'm gonna be in Avernus a long time.
It's a great theory.
It's a great theory.
Are you I would ask, are you currently in Avernus? Are you in a prison in Avernus? Then I can imagine that you might be there for a long time.
For example, that's a thing. And then you also have the Avernus campaign thing, of course, adventure, where you're in Avernus a long time.
No, I think the descent isn't the Avernus one where you aren't actually in Avernus at all.
Yeah, that can be, but you also have. Isn't they're the one where you? Isn't that the one where?
I think that one of these campaign books, the descent into Avernus, you're not actually in Avernus.
No, you're in the Underdark, I think, right?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you are in Avernus, would you two be willing to join me my D&D game I will be making, with me being DM and a few others to be players? You two will be great additions to the. That's so sweet of you to ask. I super dig that, and I wish I could say yes immediately, but with this going on and my own weekly campaign, I am already short on time. But
I am as well, but that doesn't preclude us from, at least me, not from dropping by.
Yeah.
For a session maybe when I have time.
Or join our Discord. There is because besides us, we have a whole network of awesome people that love playing tabletop RPGs that are here. Thank you, Elvie. Wow.
Yeah, so cool.
I didn't even know we had that command.
No, I didn't either. I know we have the Linktree one where the Discord is there as well.
Oh, we're the worst.
Oh, we're so.
But anyway, we have a network of awesome people that are far more awesome than we are, and maybe there are people that can join.
Yeah, that will be a deal. But I actually kind of like to be part of at least a session. Because I can't commit to a campaign as well. It's just not possible. I've got my own campaigns. I've got the Voidcast, drawing maps, this show, the other show. So it takes up all my evenings, and I have 2 kids and a wife who just wants some attention at certain times, and a full-time job next to that. So, but I would very much like to join you on one of your sessions at least. So that's a thing I can promise.
Yeah.
And if we can make it happen, maybe not this month. Well, it's a short month now, but
yeah, that's almost done.
Yeah, but maybe not in the nearest future, but of
we
course.
We can talk in terms of next year.
yeah, next year. So 2022 will be probably there will be an option.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
We'll let you know in Discord. See you on Discord then. Pretty cool.
Awesome. And again, so cool that you dropped in and joined us this evening.
Yeah, I hope you stay. By the way, because now it almost feels like we think it's the end.
This is not the end. We're just getting started on this topic because.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So what I wanted, why I picked this, because I have to say why I picked this answer.
Yeah.
So I feel that we're going to be in Avernus for a very long time. The thing is that I've been reading through a couple of these adventures by now that 5th edition brings out, and I agree that Descent into Avernus might not be about Avernus. I don't know exactly, but this is not the end. Hey, Herr Stefes, welcome to the stream. But what I feel is that most of these campaigns, even like the introduction adventure, brings you to 5th level, and it takes place in a very small area. Mm-hmm. And then if you have a lot of the other adventures, okay, sometimes you travel a coast, or sometimes you go from to 2 or 3 locations, and then you're 15th level all of a sudden. Mm-hmm. So a campaign actually is very
centered around a single place.
Yeah.
Well, that's that's sort of the trend that they're doing with
Yeah.
like this is our Feywild campaign book. You'll
Yeah.
be in the Feywild.
For 20 levels. So that's what triggered
Makes
me
sense.
about this answer. So this might not actually be why this person is.
Thinking that he's going to
Yeah.
end up in the furnace for a long time, but it might be a trend in the way that
new
Wizards of the
products
Coast,
work,
yeah,
yeah.
new products work, and you focus on one spot and you're there for the entirety of your character's life.
So do you actually know how Planescape planned their adventures?
You roll a dice, and the number that comes up, that's the plane you're visiting, right?
Yeah, well, it's almost like that.
I
For example,
was
but
only
you-
half kidding.
Yeah. So you have, for example, you have Dead Gods. That's a big adventure that's in there. You have Tales from the Infinite Staircase. You have the Great Modron March, and you have kind of these big campaigns that run through the planes. But then, for example, you're doing Tales of the Infinite Staircase, you start with a starter adventure, and then you go and do something totally different. For example, part of the Great Modron March. Then there's a connection in the Great Modron March which leads you to Dead Gods, which leads you back to Tales of the Infinite Staircase, which leads you back to the Great Modron March, and so on.
Yeah, but
There's a whole timeline where all these adventures take place and shift around, and depending on if you do it after this thing or after that thing, things have changed.
yes.
It's pretty amazing. It's
Do you think that
too complicated, but it's so cool.
So when I think about it, because we might have hit on something here, and that's that for me in a campaign, and I think you can still see it with homebrew campaigns, like if you watch a top-down tabletop of a careful cantrip or even crit roll, although. Well, I'll come back to that later. But in the homebrew campaigns where people have built their own world, you usually start in a single town, and that town becomes a country, and that country becomes a continent, right? And that continent becomes a world. The world might become even more worlds, and you're
Universe,
traveling in between, and you're revisiting places, and things have changed or not. But all the campaign books currently are really focusing on a small event or a specific place. And I wanted to come back to Critical Role because even in Critical Role, they make a sort of conscious choice to keep an adventure mostly to a continent, I think. So in the first campaign, they visited other continents, but it was always like you visit that one city on that other continent and then back to the main continent. Right, and I think the second campaign was mostly one continent, but they visited some other planes.
When you watched this first season, you got a sense that before the campaign started on television, they had television on the internet. They had actually done more.
Yeah.
Visited
But
more
I think that he's more. They are definitely more in the school. That's why I mentioned them with other. The homebrew and more of old school campaigns where you really get a whole scope of the world where things are happening, and the new books focus on a single point or adventure, which is also awesome because you can easily spend 20 levels in a furnace or in the Underdark or on a single plane on the Feywild or whatever.
As I said before, I've DM'd the Night Below second edition. And actually that's like a town and then one other town, and then you go into the Underdark and you travel through a lot of corridors, come to a city, then you travel through a lot of corridors, then you come to a city, and that's the end of the adventure. That's all scope, which brings you, spoiler alert, sorry, that brings you to 15th level, you know.
Yeah.
And so there's actually not that much different about that campaign, but that campaign would have been really boring if I hadn't added the whole cosmology around it that made it far more interesting than that.
Yeah.
And that adventure took me 5 years to complete, or 6 years or something. And I think that with a lot of these modern modules, it's not a bad thing, but I get the sense that you run through the first part in like 1 to 5 sessions, and then you do like 5 sessions.
Well, they really tried to add a more, I think, narrative, like 3 or 5 act thing, like you would have in a movie or a play or a television series, which is great because, I mean, they work because they work, right? And it forces you to get a more narrative structure, Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and
it's
I've also said before that actually, when I was, in the hospital, I was thinking about this of how many stories I still wanted to tell before the end, so to say.
Wow,
Getting
morbid,
dark again.
yeah.
And I started thinking I have to shorten my campaigns to actually be able to tell more stories.
And that's
So
what the
there-
books
there's-
now are doing really
Yeah,
well.
in a way they are.
Because-
you have more experiences, but the question is, are they as deep?
So our campaign that we played with Roger as a DM was 15 to 20 years
Yeah,
legacy of time. Like that's awesome. And for us at that moment that was all we wanted. But
yeah,
as I got older, it's indeed one of the things that you want is tell more stories and tell different stories. That's why I'm also looking at a lot of different systems, right? I want to do a Call of Cthulhu story, and you don't have time to pack this into 10-year campaigns. So this more short form, try to you run an adventure from 1 to 20 and it lasts you a year, and then in the following year you do another adventure, and then with new characters, because there are so many character options, there are so many story options, there are so many places you can visit. You can try and do that all in one campaign, of course, visiting other places. You can even switch characters now and then, but really to start over from level 1 and then start a really a new adventure, that's a great thing. Which these books allow you to do more.
Yeah. So there's quite a big positive to these stories. And at the same time, maybe something got lost, but that's not too bad. Not so bad.
Well, you can always, as long as there are, as people are homebrewing or are learning to play D&D from people that learn to play D&D in the before times and or watch streams and stuff, you can still come into contact with that more, I don't know, epic 10-year kind of story arc thing. I don't know what point I was going to make. Doesn't matter. Hey, Marineas.
Hey, Marineas. Thanks for being there. Stevens is stumbling across his adventures. Oh crap! I mean the Giants campaign. Is that
the Thunder thing?
The Storm Wars
thing.
Thunder.
Yeah.
Storm Wars Thunder. Storm King's Thunder. Storm King. Thunder of the Storm King. Storm King of the Thunder. Thunder King of the Storm. I don't know. So you see, we can talk a lot about one sentence.
Great first answer. Next. Sorry, David. That's an awesome answer. And
it's an awesome answer. And God is talking. So there you go. So let's go to the next one. We are part of an independent spy organization dedicated to saving the world, between brackets. Pretty sure someone in the organization is the big bad evil guy. You know, like here we get into the foreshadowing, foreboding, campaign stuff thingy immediately.
Always mistrust the one that is giving you your assignments in the first stretch of your campaign.
Yeah. I actually did that in both my current campaigns, or for all three of my current campaigns. I did that.
But it's a really nice trope, and that's because it introduces it gives the players history with the big bad.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
And it's the easiest way one of the easiest ways to do it.
And it makes your players never trust anything again.
Which in your case also is something that you want.
Well, it reminds me again of a part of Critical Role. Sorry, we're going to have to talk about Critical Role again. I love Critical Role.
I don't apologize.
But do you remember the scene in season 1 where they were in Whitestone somewhat later on, and then there was this girl who was trying to work at the candy shop, and they mistrusted her, and Mercer really had to have a hard time to get her incorporated into the party, get her trusted, and then she betrayed them. That was such a silly thing. I think that's one of the, I adore him, but that's one of the things that you know the whole party was just
talking about mistrust. How about you create an NPC that can guide you through the last part of the adventure, and your rogue comes in, takes one look at this NPC, it throws 3 knives 3 daggers and kills the NPC. Which also happened.
Which also happened. Yeah, but that's kind of when you go too far. If you can never trust anybody.
No,
then
sometimes you need to trust.
Yeah, sometimes you need to be able to trust. And I think he did it better in the second campaign.
One thing, like, we don't have that in the Precipice of Dreams. We don't have a single, like, a person that is a guide to us.
No, and I love that.
Yeah,
I've been thinking
totally
about
different.
this.
It's a totally different dynamic, and I love it. But
it's like 33 episodes on the road, and it feels like being on the road the whole time. Although we're doing a lot of different kind of things while we're on the road, and we're totally in control of what we're doing. Well, up to a certain extent, but we're making the decisions and we're deciding if we are going with the.
There's no king or whatever that tells us to go anywhere.
No, we're making it up as we go along, and I really like that. I was thinking about that today because I was thinking about this question that we asked, or Mireneus asked actually, on the previous.
Great question, Mireneus.
Great question. But
that's also one of the reasons probably why I don't have a crazy theory on our own campaign, because it's like we know nothing. It can go any way. There's no characters that we've interacted with that I completely mistrust or trust. It's like we're super self how do you call it?
Actualizing? Self-actualizing?
Yeah, well, maybe, yes.
Mireneus says O'Cool might be a king of swords. Yeah, but O'Cool is not guiding us.
O'Cool is not guiding us.
No, we're interacting with O'Cool.
And we assume that O'Cool is the big bad guy of our campaign.
Yeah, and that was a funny thing that Mireneus said in the last Talking Void, that he said, well, maybe these O'Cool and O'Toole are just part of many more of these boys.
Oh yeah, the boys.
Boys.
I would totally agree with that. Yeah, I don't think they're the only ones. So I always assumed that they were probably maybe part of some sort of elder god kind of race or species or whatever that transcends our own world. And
well, knowing Roger, he likes to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
So, might be true. Hersteven says, during the last long campaign we got captured and drugged by some Myconids. We played for a couple of years after that, but some of us still have the feeling we were still tripping on Myconid spores all the time. Well, that's one of my campaigns, of course, because that kind of strange stuff happens in my campaigns. And they actually keep talking about that a lot.
But that's actually an awesome theory where you put them through a certain event where years later they still think they are still questioning the reality of what they're doing. That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
Yeah, they're still thinking they are asleep on some of those mushroom.
Which is
beds.
basically what we were joking about earlier. With our characters and our campaign, that are we actually awake, or we might be dreaming, or we might be in a dream world,
might be kind of a Matrix thing.
Are we in the Matrix? In campaign, because I know that we are in the Matrix in this world,
that's obvious.
It's pretty obvious.
And who introduced the theory? Herstevis. Yeah, Mireneus did, I think. Essen says, oh boy will be oh man, and then the grand finale, oh elder. Yeah, there's a certain growth mechanic to these names. As Roger explained with the dwarves. Oh.
I don't know. Sorry.
Yeah, it's great.
Next question.
Yeah, next question.
Sorry, did we
discuss this question enough? Let's see if we discussed this question enough.
Yeah.
Maybe someone in the organization. We did.
Yeah. So
thanks for the answer, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
This was a new Brian, actually. You know that I always have a lot of Brians who send me answers?
I didn't, but...
Yeah, sometimes I do. 2 Brians in the same episode.
But they're different Brians?
Yeah.
Who would have thought
there are a lot of Matthews as well.
Who would have thought that there are more Brians in
there? Well, there are a lot of Brians. Because I've had 34 episodes
You had to do the show to discover that there's more than
But
one
there's a
Brian
lot of
with-
Brian's playing Dungeons and Dragons, and it's significantly more than other names that come up in the show. Okay, now I'm feeling silly.
Now you're feeling silly?
All the Brians. Picking the Brian.
Okay. The ICQ people. Yeah. Uh-oh. Yeah, we talked about this before. The old ICQ and MSN Messenger days. Where you come home from school and immediately you went behind your PC to talk to the people you
People
just saw in school. But you couldn't wait. Like you could have talked to them
Yeah.
at the school, but
now,
you didn't.
now they're dating while sitting beside each other and just texting each other. You know,
They might.
I really like those scenes from Spider-Man: Far From Home. Where that was. Anyway, let's go to the next one. Doyle says, "DM is out to kill us, lol." Well, obviously,
Yeah.
party of heroes becoming grave robbers. We might turn out to be the villains.
Okay. So I am assuming that you, as the players, are still assuming that you are the good guys, but you have the sneaky suspicions that you might actually be the bad guys.
Yeah.
Well, if you have the sneaky suspicion that you are bad guys, I have a newsflash for you. You probably are the bad guys.
Yeah, and I love it.
Yeah.
I love that kind of thing happening. It's, you know...
You did this.
Are we going to pop culture again? I think we
Oh
are.
yeah, of course.
Jessica Jones season 3 was it for me. Have you seen Jessica
Yeah,
Jones
I've
season
seen
3?
Jessica Jones.
Where
Refresh my memory.
Trish says at the end, "Uh-oh, am I the villain?"
Oh yeah, Trish. Yeah, her arc is pretty.
Yeah, impressive. I thought that was such a great season. I actually liked all the seasons, although they were very different, and you had to get into what they were trying to say in those seasons.
So I like, for those that liked the series Jessica Jones, I can definitely recommend the series Alias, which is an old Marvel series, which is about Jessica Jones, and they took a lot of hints and things from that specific comic Alias. It's a finished story, and that story is so good.
Where is it? Where can that be? Where can you see that?
Comic store. It's a comic.
Oh, a
Yes,
comic.
it's
Oh,
a
yeah,
comic.
okay. Yeah,
But,
okay.
but
yeah.
I knew that I read that comic so much before the series came out, and I love the series as its own thing, but the comics were definitely much better. Just the story and
So everybody I think who started watching Jessica Jones season 2 was thinking, where is this going? And I know a lot of people stopped at like episode 4. I hang on, and I was so glad that I did, because I think it really is a very special show.
for me, it's not a choice to stop. I'm a big Marvel fanboy, so I have to watch everything.
And I'm mostly watching. I've stopped now, but I've seen like 25 seasons of CW, and I think actually from all those 25 seasons there were like 2 seasons that were cool. So I'm talking Arrow, Flash, and everything.
Yeah.
Although Black Lightning has kind of my love for all the seasons, I think, or at least the first 2. I don't think I saw the whole of season 3. But anyway, I'm just watching them for how they tell a story, and it's pretty bad most often. But there's this one exceptional season in Arrow.
CW, if you wanted to ask us or invite us for writing jobs, you can still text me. You've heard
my opinion. Yeah. I just loved season 5, I think it was, of Arrow, with the whole in-your-face villain arc, which had me. It was actually a 24 episode story instead of all this strange stuff. Okay, where were we going with this? I think we were talking about the answer.
Becoming the villain.
Yeah, becoming the villain.
You either die a hero or you live long enough to become a villain.
Yeah.
It's pop reference. I'm Batman.
Anyway, and Marinee alluded to adventure that I actually DM'd, which you were in as well for a very short time. As Hitsugai Senshu, where there was actually this one party that got, and Esner was in it as well, by the way. Before,
really?
Yeah, Esner
Did
was.
I play live with Esner?
No, you never played. You came after he left, and then Bram had.
I always come after people. Wait.
Oh man. Reminds me of that one shot again with all the cockatrices.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I would just hide here. The female experience. Sorry for that. Okay.
The female experience. Oh man. And Esner, okay, I don't know how to answer the Esner question. Season 3, is that when she dies of an overdose with her good-for-nothing friend, tenant neighbor? Probably. I don't know. No. Anyway. Back on topic. What I was going to say is that there was this group of adventurers, and they finally found this mural where they were pitched against each other.
Yeah.
And then they said this is never going to happen, but things that happened afterwards certainly made them opposite within the same party.
Mm-hmm.
Opposite.
Yeah.
So I really like that that stuff that can
I just rolled a disbelief roll because I was not sure whether this was still reality.
Holy crap, we are back on topic. How did this happen?
We never know. You can ask us, but we don't know the answer. It just sometimes happens.
We're just having fun.
Accident.
I hope you're having fun as well, by the way. Let's go to the next one. Next. Ben says, we are currently looting Necromancer's tomb and collecting all his parts to accidentally put him back together again.
It's not really a wild theory. I think that's exactly what you're doing.
This is one of those kind of, it's going this way.
To stop the end of the world, you need to go to these places and collect all these items that will definitely
not end the world.
Yeah, will definitely not end the world.
Yeah.
I've seen the vision. The world will be ending. We need to gather all the ingredients for this
to happen. Yeah, I like it, man. I always loved. We did it.
Roger did it in the Legacy of Time.
Yeah.
You sending the big bad, sending you all over the world to collect things to give him the power to destroy the world.
Yeah, and I remember that session, and I became claustrophobic at that moment, when we were walking into the Golden City. It was, oh no, I suddenly get this really strange suspicion that things are going really wrong at this moment. I
have the feeling that we're giving the bad guy exactly what he wants. If you ever have that feeling, you are giving the bad guy exactly what he wants.
Yeah. And I sometimes see this face in my players where one of them is going, I love it when that happens. When one of the characters is just going, and the rest is just looking at you like, nothing's happening.
And one
BAM!
That moment where somebody realizes what's happening.
Yeah, that's so cool.
So that's a great moment, Ben. If you're collecting parts of an old necromancer, like if you're not destroying the parts immediately.
Yeah. So, did you actually read Harpy's Flight from Megan Lindholm?
No, I have Harpy's Flight
from me.
Yeah.
It's such a good book.
I literally have a pile of books that goes from the floor to my ceiling that I still need to read. So it's somewhere in the heap.
So what Megan Lindholm does in those series is not explaining anything about the world, but just from a certain perspective of a character. Describing other races and stuff, you get a sense of how these other things look, but you never get the full visual, except for the human kind. You get kind of visual. And in the first books, they are actually, I think it's near the beginning, so I can tell you a bit, but they're actually shipping part of a wizard that has been disassembled. And that gave me the idea of part of the Void disciples.
Okay.
So it is a really inspiring series.
All right.
Yeah.
I will. Yeah. I mean.
Totally on another level.
And
Yeah.
I love Megan Lindholm, so that helps.
Well,
people might know her under writers. What do you call it? Alias Robin Hobb.
Yeah.
She's a great writer.
Yeah. Although no, she's great. She's great.
Yeah, she's.
No, she's. I couldn't get through the last books.
Oh yeah,
That's the
okay,
thing.
but yeah.
But I don't think that there
Compared
are
to
any
the other
other books where I've got this sense of totally getting involved with the main character.
In the Farseer trilogy, it's a first-person book, that first trilogy, and then the third one again. But whenever that main character felt sick, I felt sick, and when he was sad, I was sad, and it was amazing.
I got that book before I went to Canada in 1999. I started reading it on the I started reading it on the plane, and I was involved like immediately. So I bought the second and the third book there, and I just was reading for my whole vacation in Canada, and I had never been there.
Seen nothing of Canada.
No,
you could have met Shanks and
I could have met them all.
You could have met Val and Dave and Reyna, but no, you were busy reading.
Cass was 1 year old.
Cass was probably 1 year. Oh yeah, we know Cass was 1 year old. We were discussing this earlier on.
Yeah, okay, cool. 23.
Yeah,
it's
a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing. 24 is my actual age, by the way, as we established.
So you were 2 when you were in Canada.
Yeah, reading books. This makes such a lot of sense of how I experienced that.
Next answer.
Next answer. This is a really silly stream.
Adrian. A local dragon slayer is actually an evil dragon named Celeb Lokin, who's killing dragons to absorb their power and destroy the gods. Okay.
So, the thing why I included this one is, okay. Because is this a theory or is this actually happening? Because
well, since the question is what's your wildest theory, I am assuming that he thinks that the local dragon
is actually
an evil dragon.
I think so too. I have nothing to add then. I like the answer, but
it's a great answer.
I think that's it, right? Yeah. Does anybody in chat want to add anything?
Yeah, anyone? So a local dragon slayer is actually a evil dragon. Yeah, killing dragons to absorb their power and destroy the gods.
Sometimes you have to reverse the name. So Nicol Bolas. Nicol.
Oh yeah, Nicol Bolas. Oh, definitely.
Yeah, that's
sorry,
such an evil name.
Adrian, spoiler alert for your campaign. Nicol Bolas is the big bad from the Magic universe, which is indeed a evil dragon king. So.
Are you making this up now?
No, I'm not. if your local dragon slayer is named Salop Blokin, then I can confirm your theory right here, which will make your DM pretty angry, probably. I'm so sorry. I didn't want to do that.
I just made a joke about reading this name.
No, you're absolutely right.
How does this happen?
Marinese can confirm. He knows this. Oh, I'm sorry, Adrian. Please don't watch this episode. How does that happen? now I have nothing to add anymore. I think we discussed everything that needs to be discussed regarding this answer. My conspiracy that we are all involved in an adventure in which the heroes claim think to be rescuing the world, but in reality, they are in it for the laughs. Well, if you're playing D&D and you're not in it for the laughs, you're doing something wrong. No, that's not true. There's no correct way to play.
There's every correct way to play the game.
Every way is the correct way. Yeah, that's true.
Oh, man, that was funny. I don't know anything about the magic universe.
Oh yeah, Picobolas. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Sarah says, my cleric is beginning to doubt the existence of gods in favor of a single omnipresent divine being that either doesn't care or exists beyond the capacity to care about mortal beings. So before we go into this one, I have to say I'm agnostic. I sometimes act very atheistic, but I'm actually agnostic. But when I read this one, I thought, well, this is the story of the world, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So I hope I don't offend anybody in chat, but yeah. Like there were all these pantheons, then there was one god, and now we don't believe in it anymore, or think, well, if that's God, you know. Am I going too far with this?
No, not at all. I'm just trying to think how I'm going to respond to this.
Yeah, I'm all of a sudden I'm pretty serious.
Yeah, because we went from one thing to another.
No, I respect every faith,
I think
but I think that as a narrative, this is kind of describing what's happening.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I'm an atheist, agnostic. I'm sometimes an anti-theist, which is putting it very extreme, but it just, yeah. Science is like, give me proof that a God exists, and I will.
Yeah, but then you're on a different end.
Yeah,
you can't. That's not a question you can ask for.
No. I'm not asking that of the people, but it's more that I'm not religious is the best way to say it. I'm not religious at all. I love spirituality. That's something else. I can dig that. But it's not. It's something different for me.
Yeah. So I actually worked with a lot of people who believe, and I actually DM for a group where a lot of people do believe, and that's really sometimes really strange for me because I have to think a bit of what I'm going to say, but then they kind of like all the demon stuff that I do, so that's okay. But I have a great respect for being able to have such a faith in something itself. You know, so that's the cool aspect of faith, and I can leave that there as a thing. But when it comes to close and we get into it, we have to have a discussion because somebody wants to convince me of them being right, then it can get problematic for me.
Yes.
In a sense. Yeah. So for everybody.
I understand.
So,
I guess you went in there deep now. I think.
Yeah.
But no, I totally get what you're saying. But we're not. Let's not turn this.
No. But I actually like the way this in kind of a single sentence.
I'm on Belliger's side. That's basically what I said. Yeah. If there's proof, then it's no longer a belief, then it's just knowledge.
Yeah. I'm an atheist, prove me wrong. Well, but if there's proof, there's no belief, there's knowledge. Yeah, nice answer, Belliger. Yeah. And that's the complicated thing. And that's why I think you should never write a scientific paper on fate, because it simply doesn't work. But you can write a scientific paper about
the
fate, but
psychology of fate, or the cognition behind fate.
That you can do, but not to prove or disprove it.
No. Although you could probably figure out some test the theory.
Well, there you go.
And that's the scientific method, right? So you have a theory. Now find ways to see if you can disprove that theory.
Yeah, but then it's using a method that okay. Let's go to the next one.
Let's go to the next one.
Philosopher and a psychologist here, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cognitive neuroscientist.
Cognitive neuroscientist.
Well, I only make that distinction because with psychologists, people think that
I understand what you mean.
that
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
come
So-
into my office and lie on the couch, and that's not the kind of psychologist.
No, and I, as a philosopher, actually went to a university instead of just saying that I'm a philosopher because it's a free word to use and to describe
the
everybody.
Greeks never went to university when they first decided that
Yeah, but they were
philosophers.
just great. Yeah.
They were great.
Esther says, what if the
Eureka.
scientific method is prepositioned by a god? Yeah, then there we go. Yeah. Yeah, let's stop the discussion there because it always gets complicated.
It gets super complicated,
Yeah.
and that's not part of the show.
Yeah. So Henry says, as a GM, well, there's always a slight risk that the players would do this instead of one of the decent and reasonable plots that I have planned for them, but they honestly can't be that dumb, can they? Famous last words line.
Yeah.
And I actually like those kind of things because it happens 9 out of 10 times.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, yeah. And it doesn't have to derail your whole thing, but they always come up with silly things.
Yeah.
Or draw the wrong conclusions with the information they have. And
You give them, you can give them 2 options, and they will always come up with a third. That's the most idiotic option.
yeah. So the discussion is still going strong.
Sorry, just got this itch in my nose.
Let's go back to the silly magic person. Oh, not the person. I mean the question, the answer, because it was hilarious. Whew. What were we discussing? Yeah,
Thank you for the Gesundheit.
Dankeschön. Although that's German.
Well, Gesundheit is German.
Yeah. So, but we can also say dankjewel.
We can.
We can.
We can also say
And we say gezondheid. So it's near enough, right? Now we're going to see some Swedish examples.
tak. Nee, that's bye. No, no.
Tak-
Never mind.
but
Next.
Thank you. No, now I don't.
I don't know.
Okay.
Arigato gozaimashita. Japanese.
Yeah, I understand.
Well, it's me butchering Japanese.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe you speak it perfectly. I don't know. But where were we? Now I've lost track again. Okay, so yeah, these examples of derailing, because it's most of the time it derails an adventure in some way, or my famous example is that my party saw all these bodies being in stasis in a very large tomb, and they thought the gods were responsible for this, so they started hating the gods. But actually, these bodies lying in the tomb, waiting for their time to get to their god, was an honorable thing for them, because their last energy would be used to banish the big bad in a way. So that was the real story, and then they were just thinking the gods are torturing them, and then they wanted nothing to do with the gods anymore, and drew all different kind of conclusion during that part of the adventure. The adventure was still continuing though, but there were a lot of different kind of discussions happening from that point on. That's actually what makes it great.
Yeah. We also, like in our current campaign, we have a complicated relationship with the gods or beings, which make it interesting.
Yeah.
I also love that Eric is doing it now, but and you were sort of the religious person in the party, but you got out-religioned.
Yeah. So as I see it, as me playing Bowen, I think that while Bowen was being raised in a cloister and stuff, the fact that religion was a metaphysical thing was never kind of the issue for him.
Mm-hmm.
He just thought of in these metaphysical concepts when he was thinking about gods.
Mm-hmm.
But now that they've become more fleshed out and beings that actually exist and influence the world in a very direct way, he's starting to think, then what is it to be a god? And that has him thrown off. So either he goes the way where he thinks then it's just a very powerful being, which is a very Planescape thing to realize, or he has to reconcile that that gods are very powerful beings that actually shaped the world, and you can get to a place where they really rule, and that might restore his faith in a way.
Places where they really rule.
Yeah, but are they really powerful beings or gods? That's the question that's now open for Bowen.
Yeah,
where he has to decide.
So, think that tak is thank you in Danish. Sweet stay home with the slightest symptoms, so I have no clue.
Sweet stay.
I can assure you there are no symptoms. I just had an itchy nose.
Oh. This is 1.5 meters, by the way.
Yeah, we're using the Lord of the Rings camera effects. I'm actually sitting way in the distance. If for those that don't know, Jasper is actually a very short person, and I am almost 8 feet tall. So
yeah,
I'm way in the back.
Yeah,
and you're all the way up front.
Yeah, and I like how my curtain thingy is distorted in that way. You know.
Yeah.
It's really it's so big on one side and so small on the other.
Yeah.
You know, perspective.
Perspective is awesome.
Yeah.
It's all about perspective.
It's all about perspective.
And the only way we can truly understand each other is to try and see each other's perspectives.
Oh man, now we're getting sentimental. Are we?
No.
No. Okay. So great answer.
Yes.
We are nearing the end now.
No, are we?
Yeah, we are. So yeah.
It's finally over.
I've had a lot of laughs.
Me too.
Yeah. So Casey says, an incident happened with Wild Magic and my character along with another now know we are just characters played by people in another world, so now we are kind of crazy and trying to find contact with them. We confuse people by saying we are trying to level up.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Breaking the fourth wall in your D&D game, but with your D&D characters realizing that there are characters played by other people.
Yeah. So actually, this answer, I was compiling the answers that I wanted to use on the show, and then I had done the whole thing, the prepping, and then I saw a Facebook comment or what is it?
Comment?
No, not a Facebook
post,
sign
Facebook
thing.
Post, commercial, ad.
No, that's there's a new post. Anyway, so I clicked on it and alert, yeah, an alert. Even in Dutch, that would have come to mind, so that's okay. And then I saw this comment being added after I had already compiled the answers, and then I thought, oh, I have to include this one.
Do you want to become famous?
Okay, almost clicked on Miraneas there.
Miraneas, don't. We almost blocked you.
Both in red. Yeah. Okay.
We have no interest in becoming famous, otherwise this would have been a super organized show.
Well, I'm just hoping that this is what makes the difference instead of all those. Yeah.
I'm just here to hang out with my friends.
Okay, so except for the fact that I watch all these other shows, which tell me what new classes have come out and what are the benefits of them and what are the negatives and how they are cool or not or OP in comparison with earlier products or anything, they intrigue me, but I also think they're kind of boring at the same time.
Okay.
So when I was thinking of this show,
I'm trying to think about how this relates to this.
Nothing at all. Okay. It has nothing to do with this. It's just why I'm doing Talking Void.
I was tying it up.
It's just about Talking Void because I really liked
Yeah.
Vox Machina,
Yeah.
because of the utter chaos that's there with Brian W. Foster, and I am not Brian, and I don't want to be him, and I don't want to do it that way, but I did want to make it about just talking and letting it be part chaos.
I think you succeeded.
Yes, I think so too. So that's great, and I hope people love this. So
Yeah. So back to the question. Answer.
are you drawing me back in?
Yeah.
Casey says an incident happened. No, okay. So back
I
to
want to say
Vorpal.
something about this.
Yeah, okay.
Because one of my favorite comics in the recent years is the comic Die, which is from Kieran Gillen, and he drawn beautifully by Stephanie Hans. You should definitely all check it out. The comic is about kids playing a tabletop RPG, and they get sucked into the world.
Mhm.
And that's like the first few pages, and then it skips 6 years later, and they're all of a sudden they're back in the world. They're now 6 years older or 10 years older. One is missing a leg or an arm, you know. So and they went through all this trauma. They're grown-ups now. They basically grew up in this fantasy world, and of course at the end of the first issue they need to go back for some reason. But it's basically the sort of dark version of the old Dungeons and Dragons cartoon.
Yeah,
Like what
yeah.
happened
Yeah.
to these kids, right? So this is an awesome comic with a lot of references to tabletop RPGs, to systems, to famous fantasy writers. Like there's one issue that's basically about them meeting Tolkien in this world, and there's so many tie-ins to everything that we love. It's beautiful. It's an amazing comic. But the thing that he did was he actually created a system, a tabletop system, and I really want to play that sometime for our show as well. He created a tabletop RPG system, and it revolves around. You have all these dice, and every
Like
class.
a dice pool?
No, every class gets one die. So the DM is also a player. He gets the D20. He can influence the world. Then there is the dictator, who is basically the charisma, bard, influencer, charm person class. Gets the D4. They can control all the NPCs basically. The rogue gets the D6 and has a luck thing, and it's super awesome. But the main thing for this system is that you first sit down with your players and you create players. So and you have to decide on a certain dynamic. For example, we are your 4 players. We're all 4 of us are in a band. Like I'm your brother and you are dating the drummer. Right? But I'm in love with the drummer, something like that, you know? So you create these ties, and then you start playing as that band, or whatever you decide, and then you step into the world of Die. So you are playing a character that's playing a character.
And then that player becomes that character.
And the whole thing is you are lost in this world, and you need to get back out, but there's all this internal character drama that you have created in the first step of your character creation that you need to resolve before you can actually get out.
Wow.
And it's like, so are you in love with your drummer, Michel? I will fully admit
No,
that
you have to read Cass's comment first.
Did Cass? Oh, I would like to be this band's drummer.
And welcome to the stream, Cass.
Yeah, welcome to the stream, Cass. Hope you had a nice nap.
So are you in love with your drummer,
I will
Michel?
fully admit that I have a bit of a crush on Gijs. Yes, for sure.
And we're probably now both in love with Cass then.
I'm not afraid to admit my feelings.
Okay. There we go.
Okay.
But that's so cool. And you showed me the game before. You posted it in WhatsApp and everything.
And I've been trying to get everyone that I know to read this comic for years, and nobody has done this.
Yeah.
Hey, it's your loss, man. It's I mean.
No. Oh. Okay, I'm going to read it. So I took up contact with Casey, and she said that she was elaborating a bit on how this happened, and she wanted to tell more about what went on after that, but we didn't have time anymore because I just found this question just before the show, but you know, they just thought there was this wild mechanic happening, and then there was this other wild mechanic happening, and they thought we should do something
With this.
and this is what came out of that. So actually, I think that on a meta level there is a weird wildest theory here, but it's made by the characters in the game about the players, and that's crazy.
It's super cool.
Yeah, it's super cool.
It's one of the most interesting things that Kieran has done with this die system, and they figured it out. They added this to them like just by playing. So that's awesome.
What I also find interesting about this answer that a lot of talking voice before this one, I think it was about bad DMing or something. Not actually bad DMing, but there was an example of a bad DM, I think. Is where somebody said that this whole story had revolved, and then the DM finally dropped that they had been in a simulation all along, and then these players had the opposite reaction where they said, okay, so everything we've done for the last couple of years was actually for nothing because everything we did didn't mean anything. And I think that happened because there was a Dungeon Master agency that didn't connect with what the players had wanted from the adventure. While here, there's a case where the players actually embraced the fact that this thing happened, and they decided together with the Dungeon Master that they should do this because it was so cool.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of that, and how these kind of things where you think that, well, this is so cool, I'm going to do this with my players, it totally backfires. But when you get your players involved in this kind of way, you actually,
It's
have
collaborative storytelling.
Collaborative storytelling in a great way. The spell should be dubbed Summon Broken Fourth Wall. Cass just woke up. My heart.
He took a nap.
No. Yeah, you said so.
His heart is full. As is mine, Cass.
Yeah.
Love you, buddy.
Oh, so sweet.
But I figured out today that I can't share Voidcast streams on your Discord, so please fix that. Sorry to call you out live on stream. I will cut this out in post.
He was actually weeping, Cass. He was here, he was sitting here at the table, and he said,
I can't believe
I've got
Cass
such a strong
did this
bond
to me.
with Cass the DM, and now this is happening to me, and you know, I want to share everything I know and all my love and everything, but something or someone is stopping me.
And the thing turned out to be Cass.
Cass, yeah.
Which broke my heart.
Broke his heart, really. I'm almost crying from this thing that happened earlier today.
Okay.
Anyway.
Continue.
Yeah? Do we have to stop now? Is it getting too close and personal?
Can't share what? Sorry, I will fix it immediately. You're the best, man. You're the best.
Yeah, well, that's yeah, okay. Yeah.
If he fixed it immediately, I'm going to check it right now.
Oh man, we're on a dang, on a strike, stroke, not any of those.
You do not have permission to send messages in this channel.
On a roll.
Sorry, Cass. I'm using the situation.
Yeah.
As a joke, but it's actually very serious.
Yeah, it's a very serious joke. Yeah.
You didn't hear.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, coolest answer. No, not well. It's. I really like this answer. Let's put it that way.
It's a great answer.
It's a
it
great
reminds
answer.
me of Die, which is also always.
Yeah.
A good
Okay.
thing.
I'm going to read it.
Yeah, you should.
Stop pushing me now.
My hands were here the whole time, people. I
Yeah.
never pushed in.
He did, but it was below the table. That's different when you're pulling. But anyway.
No, I feel that I need to sit like this the whole time. Hands above the table.
I'm so hoping my wife isn't watching this stream right now. Or maybe I do. The hero approved channel.
Okay, so...
okay, yeah.
Cass, my faith in you is restored. It was my own fault. I had the wrong channel.
I've never laughed so hard after a nap. Well, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, so basically, I proved once more that I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I had the wrong
Talking
channel.
about or ability scores, then where are you on wisdom?
On wisdom?
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Street smarts for life.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to think of what my wisdom would be. It might be very low, actually, because I'm always putting myself in the wrong situations.
I would
except for now, of course.
Yeah, that's. I think that intelligence and wisdom don't translate well when you really think about it.
I think they do, but let's not get into the discussion.
I have a different opinion, and I don't want you to talk about it, so we're not going to.
Dylan says.
Yeah,
this is the last answer, by the way. The guy the party is helping.
I thought we were doing it together because it was last question.
The guy the party is helping is a shape-shifting death slot trying to gain enough strength to take his true form and bring the pain. I know because I wrote it. Thanks, Dylan, for this answer.
We should have done it as a harmony.
Yeah.
The guy the party is helping is a shape.
I can go really high, by the way.
Can you?
Yes.
It's not really high though.
No. Oh.
I love how you felt the need to try and go even higher. I will not let anyone tell me I can go high.
Anyway, talking about the shape-shifting depth slot.
Yeah.
So this is the last one. I actually... Okay, you know how I like the answers where between the words, between the lines, you can feel the sense of
Yeah.
Back then, this is one.
Hey, Nickelbrack. Good morning.
Well, good morning. Hello,
Hello.
Nickelbrack. Welcome to the stream.
She has an awesome stream on Twitch where she talks about the biology of D&D creatures, which is awesome.
That's cool.
So, if you're not already, go check it out. Go follow Nickelbrack on Twitch.
That sounds really cool. I don't think...
She is a biologist talking about the biology of
Oh, that's
D&D
so cool.
Perfect last question. Thanks, Val.
Oh, that's clipped.
Your
Okay, that's so cool.
Your clipping prowess
Yeah.
are...
Pharynx is like the best clipper ever.
He is. Truly. On the verge.
On the verge of what? On the verge of forming a D&D themed duet group. Oh no.
Don't. Okay. Can we do this or not? I think we all know the answer to that question.
Yeah,
no,
we can. Of course we can. We always do.
Yeah, we always do. We pull through in the end.
I still love the Brian answer so much.
The Brian answer was the best.
The best answer.
All
Brian?
No. All answers.
Yeah, all answers, but oh man.
So this last one, the party is helping a shape-shifting death slot.
Trying to gain enough strength.
Trying to gain enough strength to take his true form and bring the pain.
I know because I wrote it.
Beautiful. Well, I mean, it's not much of a theory then.
No, but I think it's the other side of the theory. Like, these guys are kind of gullible helping this shape-shifting Devsraad.
Yeah.
And they don't know what's happening. And
They don't.
And you're waiting for that moment where they
Probably one of them is going, wait, what is shift? Wait, the guy we're running errands for is called the shape-shifting Devsraad.
Such a strange
Hey
name.
guys, don't you think it's quite suspicious?
Let's Google. Shit.
What's a slot even?
So
I'm assuming that the shape-shifting Devsraad is not called shape-shifting Devsraad, but it's called like Steven. Hey, you know Steven? From around the corner. I know Steven.
Steven is the best Devsraad.
Let's get
No,
run some
actually,
errands.
it's not so strange for a Devsraad to be called Steven, because they're from Limbo, and everything is chaos there. So, Mother was dubbing her son, and he went, yes, call Steven. It's,
Dropping the hardcore knowledge right there.
yeah, dropping the hardcore knowledge. Limbo people. Actually, Sraads are not evil by nature. They're neutral, chaotic neutral.
Mm-hmm.
And they might sometimes have a tendency to evil, or they might sometimes have a tendency to good, but mostly evil though.
Yeah.
But they just like
This
to swim
one, I'm assuming this
in
one.
mental soup.
I'm assuming this one is evil because he has death in the.
Yeah, I think that's a
Devsraad.
kind of distinction that kind of matters for the alignment. But they,
Is death evil though? I
no,
don't
death
think
by
it is.
itself is not evil.
No,
So
it is not.
yeah, it's kind of neutral actually.
Super neutral.
So it might be in this case chaotic neutral. Yeah, but they are like you have Devsraad and then you have the Gisserai, and they're all kind of shaping Limbo.
Wait, he wants to bring the pain. How do we know that it's not actually like a very nice present that's just called pain?
Well, that can be the case in this case.
I guess he's like, there's this frog person with this nice package on the doorstep. He's like, "Hi, I'm Steven.
I'm Steven.
I brought the pain.
Oh, put it next to the cake."
Have some wine, Steven."
If we are all not too full, we'll start with that. No, actually, I think we're doing a pretty good job at answering this question in the manner that the Devsraad would answer this question, with a lot of chaos.
I think you probably chose this answer as the last answer because it's representing the entire show tonight, which has been
quite chaotic.
Well, normally it's very organized and on point.
On point.
Today was a bit chaotic, and I apologize. And,
for it being chaotic?
I just wanted to see how long I could stretch it without.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We ruined it.
Are you talking Void again? Never apologize for chaos. It's a 15, yes.
It's a 15.
I rolled a 2. 2 is better.
Hi, I'm Steven. I brought Oh my god. Steven. You know Steven? Yeah, I know Steven. He always brings the pain. Such a nice guy.
Susan's boyfriend, I think. But actually why I put this at the end is because I like the DM perspective. The other side of the coin where
he already knows.
Yeah, he already knows, and he's just waiting for this moment where they all figure it out, and he's going like, yeah. The experience that I just told you, where the one guy's going big eyes while the rest is still enjoying.
Yeah, he's waiting for that moment.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, Cass, you missed nothing.
No, nothing at all.
Although the things you missed were clipped by Val, so.
No, Cass.
Cass also. Wait, how long were you gone? You were like gone for 3 seconds. Well, his name was Stephen. Probably.
Yeah, his mother, is called, but in short we call him Stephen. Yeah. But I like the answer, and I hope we did right by you, Dylan, by answering it in this strange manner. But I hope you feel that this is actually a good last answer to the topic of the show. And by that, I've just said it. It's the last answer.
That
So
was the last
whose show is it again? Is it your show or my show? I don't remember.
It is our show.
It's our show. Okay. So shall we go to the last screen then?
Yeah, what is the last screen?
The last screen is always where we do the
Oh, I
answer for
didn't
the
know
next
because...
Talking Void.
Okay.
Oh, because it's your show. So you just,
Yeah.
oh man, is that irony or being sarcastic or just something different?
What a show.
What a show. Well,
What a
well
show
done.
indeed. What a show indeed.
yeah, what a show.
So yeah, Nickelback, you just you came in near the end.
So
I promise that
we had a great discussion about biology around topic 1 and
don't
answer
lie.
1 to
Don't
5.
lie. Don't lie.
Just wanted to
We had a
draw
great
in.
show. It was hopefully worth watching back
Yeah.
on our Twitch or YouTube.
I have to watch this one back because I want to know if it made any sense. I think it did make some sense at certain points, but we'll have to check the vault. Yes, you are. Yep. Up to the last screen. So, what's the question for the next episode?
What is your favorite class?
What is you? Oh man!
What is
Oh,
your,
oh no!
what
I
is your,
can't do it like that.
What is your favorite
Oh.
class?
There's a what is your?
Oh, spoiler alert! Really? Are you getting Shanks on the show again when I'm
No,
not
that was
there?
from the last one.
Oh,
But I didn't need it in any of the things, so I didn't have to. I type in the thing and then it gets on every screen that it's important
Okay.
for. So I have this kind of things running in the background. But no, Shanks is not on my next stream.
mhm.
What is your favorite class feature, and when did you use it to its full potential? I thought let's bring it back to something simple.
What's your favorite class feature? Well, I'm a bard.
Mhm.
My favorite class feature is the mind control part. And I did a pretty epic suggestion.
Yeah. Oh, I like that answer. Do you know what my favorite class feature is?
What is your favorite class feature?
Reckless
Wait.
attack.
Oh, I was going to guess.
It's reckless attack.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
No. I think it's one of the most elegantly designed second level abilities that there's out there.
Yeah.
You get advantage on your attack. Everything against you gets advantage as well.
Yeah.
It's such a cool mechanic.
It's fair.
It's fair. It's second level. Even if you multicast, you can get it and use it. It's beautiful. So I already discussed mine.
Yeah.
But I can go into other features.
My
that I
favorite
really
class
like.
feature, I will think about it.
No.
Casting suggestion is not really a class feature.
It's
But
true,
it,
it's
it,
spellcasting,
it
but-
fits the bard
Yeah, I
archetype,
understand what you're
maybe,
saying.
but
Well, you're an eloquence bard, so there's probably some feature in there that supports that pretty well.
well, yeah, that's what I used. It's the one where I give disadvantage or min penalties on their wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, which is
And then
hard.
I run a suggestion.
I almost can't believe that they put that feature in there.
I believe it.
Yeah. You remember the piece of meat thing that I don't know if it was called. It was something with meat.
You really want to bring up a piece of meat 10 past 11?
Well, it's adult time. So, but no, I meant from now I can't remember his name because it's just slipped my mind. The first character of Sam Riegel. I can't come up with
Scanlan.
Scanlan, yeah, and he had this thing that gave him a +2 to its DC.
Oh, the cone, hand cone.
Was it the hand cone?
Yeah, the hand cone gave him.
Why am I thinking of meat then? I don't know.
Probably because it's 10 past 11.
Because
and
it's
usually,
and it's a cone.
Usually around this time you're thinking about meats, apparently.
Yeah, I'm a bit hungry. Let's put it that. Anyway.
You're not making it better.
So. Anyway, that gave a +2 to a DC once a day, or twice, or 3 times a day.
Yeah.
And that spoiled everything for
Yes.
Matthew Mercer at certain
Yeah.
times. So this feature.
Well, did that spoil it, or did like what was worse, that, or
the Porchy Lightning?
no, the luck feature, the luck feed.
Yeah, the luck feed is always hard. And now he's
Piece
got
of
halfling
meat. Yes.
luck again.
Thank you,
Piece of
pal.
meat. Oh man, did we clip piece of meat?
Yeah, we clipped.
Oh, but okay, it's
You
going to
knew
be on
this-
YouTube anyway.
Hey,
So
Jasper,
Yeah.
welcome to the internet.
You know, I once poked my nose and I thought I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
was this the moment?
No.
No, I know, but the internet knew
Yeah.
that this was a moment.
Yeah, this was a moment. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Strange things happening. You know, I always think that's pretty cool that even that there are people who aren't focused on the main thing that's happening on the screen and can actually focus on the thing that's happening at the sides of the screen, or where the focus is not actually. So you know the things, the people who notice out of 7 players and a dungeon master in Critical Role, but the one that isn't talking at all is doing while the main thing is going on at another part of the screen, and they clip that and make it a video. Do you understand what I mean?
No, not at all.
No? So it's like the people who notice the Easter eggs in Marvel trailers.
Yeah.
You know?
I know it,
I've
yeah.
never noticed the Marvel trailer because I'm invested in the story that's
Yeah.
happening. So I never noticed the Easter eggs. And then I have to watch another channel to really
There
get into
was a
this
really
stuff.
funny one. I don't know exactly what you're talking about, but there was a really funny one in Critical Role where Liam was trying to eat some peanuts.
Yeah.
And Laura just grabbed his hand and shook it. And they start laughing, and nobody, like, if you're just following the story, you don't see it.
That.
No.
Yeah, but somebody's always seeing that kind of stuff. To absolutely get something clipped,
Yeah,
just say the magic words,
please
please,
don't
do
clip
not clip this. Yeah, thanks, Belgur. Yeah, that's how it works, right?
That's
So,
the internet.
what's your favorite class feature, and when did you use it to its
Well,
full
my
potential?
favorite class feature is.
It's for the next episode.
Sorry.
Well, okay, you can talk about it because you will not be my guest on the
I,
next
I,
episode.
I have to think about it.
Yeah.
Can I have 10 minutes?
Oh, no.
Oh, wow, rude.
What is your favorite class feature?
I wanna
Do not clip that. No, that wasn't funny enough. That wasn't funny
Now
enough.
they know that you want
Yeah,
it clipped.
yeah,
Don't listen to it.
no. Anyway, I think that's about the end of the episode. I think.
What a show!
Yeah, you did well.
What a journey we went
Yeah,
on.
we went on a big journey.
We started the show, and then we
And
ended
there was
it.
a middle part.
And then we ended it.
And then we ended it. Yeah.
There was a whole arc to this show.
Yeah.
We laughed.
A lot.
I cried.
Yeah. From laughter.
We laughed, cried.
Yeah. We had a great chat this evening.
Chat was the best.
Chat was the best.
Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah. I hope you liked the show actually. And
Like, you make this all worthwhile, because if you weren't there, it would be just 2 guys staring at a wall, talking about random stuff and laughing.
yeah.
Which is great, but if that would be a bit insane for the 2 people to do.
So how many people are watching? You know, we brought joy to their lives and they brought joy to our lives, hopefully.
Mostly that.
Yeah. So if you know any people who would like to watch this kind of chaos, just tell them, because we love the interaction, you know?
Yeah.
It's not about the numbers, it's about the fun.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's truly about the fun, otherwise I wouldn't be doing this.
I was going to say something about numbers, but then there was a joke forming in my mind, but it just didn't get there.
Yeah.
So,
In your beautiful mind?
no.
Or did you get that one?
A Beautiful Mind. Yeah,
Yeah.
Russell Crowe.
Numbers. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, it was. it was sort
Anyway,
of funny.
okay. I'm very glad I came by for this TV. Thank you, Cass. Well, I think that's actually kind of the end of the show, people. We've been talking for a long time.
We have
We had
a
a
long
Yeah.
time.
Oh man, did you? I suddenly realized something.
What?
I forgot to do the intro.
And we have to do the whole show again.
With the same jokes. With the same jokes. Oh, that's so fun. That's because you were the host, I
Okay,
think. No, we're not going to do the intro now. Do it now.
Yeah, start again, boys. Yeah, okay. So
Okay,
let's start.
here's the
let's start
intro.
over.
Here's the intro.
Yep, do it. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Voidcast Live, where me and Jasper will talk about tabletop RPGs. On tonight's show, we have a very special guest. He's right around the corner. It's who is it? Matthew Mercer. No, it's no, it's not.
He left.
You left out. Well,
hello, gents.
It's
actually a new
we're
person
getting
going.
new viewers.
Hey, Crimson, welcome to the stream that we're actually finishing, and that was because we didn't. Well, it's complicated.
It's complicated.
With the whole
So
thing.
this is what you need to do. We are going to stop the stream because we're not going. It's not going anywhere.
It's not going anywhere
It's not
anymore.
going anywhere.
It was going places.
It was going places.
But it's not anymore.
We went places. We
Yeah.
went on a journey.
Yeah.
And now it's time for the outro.
Now
So
it's time. Actually,
thank you all so much for being
thanks all
here.
for being here. It was great fun, and I hope you had some fun as well. And please follow us and do all the twinkly bitsies in every Insta social thingies and stuff.
Watch next Monday for our 5th edition campaign, The Precipice of Dreams. We're on episode 34. We're currently in a mine, finding people and solving a mystery. Then on Tuesday, Jasper will be here with Jasper's Laboratory, and he will talk about tabletop RPGs. The Monday after, we have a roundtable discussion on,
That's so generic.
on tabletop RPGs, and then the Tuesday after is another Talking Void.
Yeah.
And the 20th of December, we have a special one-shot, Paranoia one-shot, where we're going to try and get as many people on stream as we can. So look out for that one. That's going to be pretty fun.
Yeah.
And
So
not if I know us, it's not going to be chaotic at all with 20 plus people on screen.
something very epic just happened in chat.
What happened?
We just got our final wording. I thought, please follow us into the void. That will be our line.
Yeah?
No? I think it's cool.
I don't know. We can workshop it.
They are the void. Not much
I mean,
that you can
it's-
follow into.
It's not quite yet. Be careful out there.
If we are the
You
void,
can
then
trick-
please come inside.
Oh no! No! That
No, that doesn't work.
just-
That doesn't work.
That sounds
Okay, we're
gross.
still finishing this show.
They are the void. Oh, sorry, I'm spitting.
That's okay. Everything has happened on this stream. Stop pulling, start pushing.
Yeah. So what? It's a work in progress.
What is a work in progress?
Come back from
Oh, the
void.
last sentence, yeah. Okay, I almost
okay.
forgot what we're talking shit. Well, goodbye.
We love you
everybody.
all.
Love you all. It was a
Goodbye.
great show.
Have a great day. Have a great evening wherever you are in the world. Stay safe. Stay happy.
safe. Be happy.
And
And
follow us
into the void.
into the void. Run the outro.